Today I have a special guest, Stephen Liu. He is my another LinkedIn friend from the community of LinkedIn that is constantly posting on LinkedIn, and I've been following his LinkedIn Live for a while now, and the content that he's been posting, and I really wanted to bring him on to talk about his journey of doing LinkedIn Live and maybe learn a couple things about building personal brands. So welcome, Stephen.
Yeah, thanks for having me here, Mimi.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so tomorrow you are doing the live as well to celebrate your 25th live stream. So tell us more about that. And you've been doing it for a year, is it?
Yeah, so I challenged myself this year to do a 52-week challenge of having a LinkedIn live stream every single week. And we're in June now, so tomorrow will be my 25th LinkedIn live stream in a row every single week. And I decided to make it special and invite all the previous guests I've had over the first 24 episodes and have them all join at the same time and see what happens. So to be honest, I'm not quite sure what the plan is for tomorrow, but with so many people, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And why LinkedIn Live? And why you posting on LinkedIn and decided to build your brand awareness on this platform?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I'll start from the beginning about why I started creating content on LinkedIn and how that sort of formed into who I am and
Mm-hmm.
my personal brand. I started posting monthly articles on LinkedIn back in 2017. At that time, I wanted a way to hold myself accountable in achieving my goals for the year.
Mm.
I decided that, well, the best way to do that is to tell as many people as possible so all of them can hold me accountable. And I did that every single month, wrote an article about, here's my progress toward my goals. Near the end of that year, I'm still in that goal oriented sort of mindset. And obviously, the next progression for me was to do something weekly on LinkedIn.
Mm.
And around the same time, I had a good friend of mine posted the first ever video I ever seen on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? I can do that. I have a cell phone. I can make videos. So weekly videos. But what is 52 things I can talk about? If I'm doing a 52-week challenge, what is 52 things I can talk about? So I decided that, well, I've been to a lot of presentations and seminars. I have mentors, and I've taken a lot of notes through all these different events I've gone to. So I could possibly come up with, 52 things from that list, and that's basically what I did. I started January whatever 1st, 2018. Shot a video, shared a career tip, and been doing that ever since. Basically since 2018.
Oh, wow.
2019, 2019, I kept going with the 52-week challenge, and decided that, well, I don't have a list this time, but I'll just talk about what's going on with my life and just
Mm-hmm.
all, still tying it with career and personal development. At the time, I started a new job. I was doing grad school. I had a lot of stuff going on, so that really made my videos a lot more personable. And that's when I started building up a more consistent audience that resonated with my message.
Mm.
And then fast forward to last year, 2020, we all got hit by the pandemic, and I'm working from home, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
deciding that, well, there's no better time for me to rebrand myself on LinkedIn as a career coach and public speaker, because
Mm-hmm.
I've been informally doing that over the last 2 years at that point with the weekly videos. So now I do one-on-one career coaching. I still do the weekly videos. And then, this year, wanted to bring back the 52-week challenge and change it up. Instead of just doing a video every single week, let me do a live stream every single week
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can do it. So that's just my journey so far on LinkedIn. And that's part of who I am. And you can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can see all of that on my profile.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So I can see you really challenge yourself to do something different. And recently you were implementing more like cooking show. So how does that came about and how does LinkedIn audience reacted to it?
Yeah, that was definitely very fun to make. Some pre-story to that. In 2020, I was experimenting with different types of videos. So I
Mm-hmm.
started the year with actually cooking videos. So I made about 4 or 5 different videos. I just edited them and uploaded them, and I just kind of moved away from it. And then to the cooking video you're talking about, so I decided to do a live stream
Mm-hmm.
where I cook miso soup live. I already did that for work for our Asian organization as
Oh.
part of the Asian Pacific American Heritage Month.
Mm.
But they couldn't record it, so they said, "Oh, can you do it again and record yourself doing it?" So I said, "You know what? I might as well do it for LinkedIn Live, and then I get the
Got
recording."
it.
It was a lot of fun, and I mean, so I had a live stream. A lot of people commented on it, and then I uploaded a week or two later a 3-minute version of it where I just compressed all the steps
Mm-hmm.
together. And I mean, I got all the comments were positive. Everyone's asking me, "Oh, thanks for the recipe. I'm gonna go try making this." A lot of people are saying, "Oh, what are you going to make next?" So a lot of people are sort of inspired by that, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a very good cook at all. I just know how to make a few things, but feel that positive support, and who knows? It might be a start of something here on LinkedIn.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's fascinating to me why wanted to bring it up because I know your journey started back in 2018 on LinkedIn and you really found your audience on there and you're more familiar with it more because you have people that have been following your journey about sharing your goals. But it's not like that for the most of the people. And I talked to Selena,
Mm-hmm.
Selena Young, like she's teaching people how to use LinkedIn and for more and she shared a statistic that only 5% of people using LinkedIn are actually creating content. Most of the other people are either using it to browse and
Mm-hmm.
looking for job and they're really scared of sharing a part of themselves on LinkedIn because well, what if their coworker will see it and might judge them differently or if your like their manager will judge them differently or they talk about even their side hustle it might be something that scary for them. How was your transition with it? And as of now, as more, I guess, the person who use LinkedIn more and more deeper in it, how do you see LinkedIn progressing?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I get a lot of comments like that when I ask people, "Hey, are you going to start posting content on LinkedIn? Are you going to start posting videos?" That's one of the most common responses I get. That, "Oh, I'm worried about
Mm-hmm.
how my coworkers are going to look
Yep.
at me. I'm going to worry about how my manager, how my employer looks at me." And I mean, I'll share a couple examples. In 2018, I did the weekly videos. I posted first thing Monday morning when I woke up, and then get ready to go to work. And there are times where I have like an internet issue and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to work to go to
Mm-hmm.
work. And I am at work from a coworker saying, "Hey, where's your video? I didn't see it this morning." So it's, I think just the point here is you can post content on LinkedIn. It's, yes, keep it professional, but what does professional really mean, right? You don't
Mm.
have to talk about career development. You don't have to wear a suit and be formal in your content. I mean, just be yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because at work you can be yourself, right? No one's saying you can't talk a certain way, you can't do things a certain way. Just be yourself at work, and that's how we were successful.
Mm-hmm.
Another example, this is again was at work. I was in this diversity and inclusion meeting, and there was a vice president sitting across the table, and I said, "Hey, Sarah, how have you been? I know you moved to Florida. How's the move?" And she said, "Oh, it went great." And Stephen, I really like your videos, and it was just like, wow, like just the you don't know the amount of impact you have on
Mm-hmm.
others. And a VP at work knows that I make videos and gives me a positive
Mm.
compliment about it. It just makes it, it's like, wow, this is a good thing. So I haven't had, I've been doing these videos for 3.5 years now. No one's complained to me about, "Hey, you should take your videos off. This is not right. This is not professional." Like, no one's ever said that to me. And, and to answer your other question about, with the side hustle, how do you do that? It's a side hustle. I have a full-time job as a project manager. So I do all my coaching calls. I do all of my posting on LinkedIn, these like interviews, things like that. I do that outside of my work hours,
Mm-hmm.
or even on my days off, or during the weekends or whenever, so it doesn't conflict with work, right? And so I think it's definitely manageable to do that. And if your employer is saying, "Hey, you just don't post on LinkedIn because of whatever reason," I think that's just stupid. You can't, right? It's like, you're not sharing anything malicious. You're not,
Mm-hmm.
spreading lies. You're not trying to hurt anyone. You're just sharing, "Hey, this is my experience. Here's something everyone can learn from." I mean, and if you can't share that with other people, I think that's just pretty. I think that's pretty aggressive there from the company.
Yeah, and I think thankfully for COVID and pandemic, I think more companies are open-minded about side hustling, and also people being more present online and not hiding anymore, because they realize that, well, first of all, people are at home and there's no other entertainment for them rather than internet and connecting, the ways of connecting with others, as well as there's no really downside of people having side hustles, because then it's no longer only on the employer of worrying about the income, of the person. Like, the person can be self-sustainable, and they need to, like, it's like you mentioned, it's kind of silly to say that, well, you cannot have a side hustle or you cannot post the content to help your side hustle because it's for your own good, but I'm not going to pay you more. Like, if the company is actually going to pay you, obviously if we're doing side hustles and having the side things, is because we want extra income, extra impact, right? So if the company cannot provide that, then we naturally going to do it on the side, but respectfully use the time fair for the employer and for ourselves. So I definitely think it's changing, but I can still see that narrative of people posting on LinkedIn and worried about others people opinion. So did you ever had fear about it, or you would just start posting and you were just kind of like, oh, I don't really care?
Yeah, I just want to add on to something to the previous comments you made. I mean, if this is like we said earlier, your side hustle is on the side, right? It's outside of your work hours. And if your employer is telling you what you can and can't do during your personal time, that's wrong as well, right? And I mean, I would just say I'm helping others. I'm providing advice. I'm sharing my insights as a project manager. I'm sharing my insights of what it's like working at my company, and that brings people in, right? And if you're telling me I can't go post videos about some career tip, I mean, then the same logic applies that you can't tell people that, hey, during the weekends you couldn't during the weekends you can't go skydiving, you can't go mountain biking, you can't hurt yourself because we still need you. See, it just doesn't make sense there.
True.
It's what I do on the side. It doesn't conflict with what I do at work. So I mean, there shouldn't be any issue with that. So I just wanted to add that point.
Yeah.
You talk about fear about posting. I mean, I had so much fear when I had that first video, and this is another thing that people are scared of when they're about to post. So I had the first video on my phone. I didn't do any editing at all. I was just like, I'm just going to upload it. And I had the video, uploaded onto LinkedIn. I just had to hit the submit button or upload or whatever. And I just couldn't do it. I sat there for like 15 minutes and I was just like, oh, is this a good idea? Do I really want to do this? This is literally the first time I'm putting myself, right? No, I do the articles, but this is my first time like showing my face online. And I hit upload and I almost instantly was about to delete it. I had all these thoughts come into my head about, oh, people are going to judge me. This is stupid. It's like all these negative thoughts started coming in. But, as time went on, I got more and more comfortable with it. Part of it was because in that very first video, I said, I'm going to do a 52-week challenge of videos. And if I just quit after first week, it looks really bad. But I think the key with posting content is just don't overthink it, right? Yes, we are worried about what people are going to say. We're worried, or how, like, especially with video, people are worried about, oh, how am I going to sound? People are going to judge me on how I look. You don't know what they're going to say until you post. And I mean, even to this day, where I'm going to upload a video or I'm going to do a text post, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't think this is going to go well, but this isn't going to perform well, but I'm just going to upload it, And I check back later, and I get a bunch of comments, a lot of conversations, a lot of good things out of it. So you don't know what people are going to say until you upload it or post it. And then the second part is yourself. Don't overthink it, because we are our own toughest critic. And especially with video, we don't look at ourselves usually. We don't hear our voice usually. So when we play that video back, it feels weird because we're not used to seeing ourselves or hearing ourselves. And just don't worry about it. And it just comes down to don't overthink it and just post. Because what is the worst thing that's going to happen? Especially on LinkedIn, it's a supportive community. You're not going to get trolls. You're not going to get, haters, especially, when you're getting started. So just put it out there. Think about the message you're sharing with others and what value that brings to them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I appreciate that you mentioned, like, stop thinking. Well, think less, and we are our worst critics. And also I want to add is less judgment, right? Because we will judge ourselves so hard that we think that other people will judge us as well, but like the reality is on LinkedIn specifically, I don't think people really are that judgmental to put, a negative comment or judging you that hard. I found it so far to be very supporting community, and mostly nice people. And what impressed me the most, that the conversation are very intelligent and deep, that people will take their time and put their thoughts into the comment rather than just saying, oh, nice post, right? So it's not just like Instagram or other ones. Not to say that others are bad, I was just seeing the difference. Yeah, well, tell me more now. So you started with, just like yearly challenge articles, and then now there's videos. Where do you see this is heading? Like, what is your goal for posting content? Like, are you more of a content creator now, or are you doing this more for building your personal brand to fuel towards your side hustle, or because you just love the community because you've been there for almost 3 years? Like, what is in it for Stephen?
Yeah, it's a combination of all three. So even up to middle of last year, I was just doing strictly videos on LinkedIn. Just kind of, that was my thing. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to experiment. So I started doing text posts, I started doing polls, posts with images and things like that. And those got a lot more views and a lot more engagement than I even expected. So I continued to do that. And then, now I'm doing the live streams, which is something totally brand new to me. So it's a combination of all that. I enjoy posting content on LinkedIn because I want to help others. I want to inspire others. And especially with posting content, because I've been where everyone is right now. I used to be scared. I used to worry about what other people think. And I have a lot of experiences in my career so far. I just want to share that with others. And then same thing, this ties into my side hustle, right? You want to draw people into my profile, and they get to see who I am through the videos. And so if they want to work with me, I'm happy to do that with them. So yeah, I just continue to do what I'm doing here. I was last week or 2 weeks ago, had a live stream with a guest, and he was asking me what are my goals for my future LinkedIn content. So
yeah.
That's something I'm thinking about. And next year, am I going to continue to do a 52-week challenge of LinkedIn Lives? I don't know. We'll see. If I have a lot of fun doing it, I might do it again, or I might change it up. But I think having that challenge holds me accountable to continue to post on LinkedIn, to continue to be engaged here.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I guess the curious question for me is, where do you draw your creativity or ideas to create this content? Because you can, like, if you are not the content creator, like how people do it on YouTube or TikTok, like it's not that easy for people that are, especially like on LinkedIn, that are not used to doing creative things, to come up with ideas and ways of presenting themselves.
Yeah, so I mean, that's another common reason why people are scared to post on LinkedIn, because they say, oh, I don't know what to post about. And I think just spend like 15 minutes, 30 minutes on LinkedIn. Go look at other people's posts. Go engage on their comments and or on their content, and you'll get inspiration, right? Because if you ask me what are your next 10 topics about, I have no idea, right? But sometimes your best ideas, your creative juices come when you're least expecting it. So, I mean, there's times where I'm in the shower, I'm like, oh, this might be a good idea. So the key is to, whatever ideas pop in your head, whenever you see it on a post, whether it's, your original or whatever, write it down. And I have a repository in my phone. I use the Notes app. And whenever I have time, I just start building up the post and write it out. And then I can post it whenever. So it's, again, just don't overthink it. Sometimes ideas just come to you, and just write out a post. And, right now I got about 5, maybe even 7 posts on my phone. I could just post whenever. And it's not really time sensitive. It's just, okay, I feel like posting today. Maybe what do I want to post, and do that. So I think that's what a lot of the content creators do as well. So, they don't sit there, make a video every single day. They have a bunch of ideas, and it's like, okay, I'm just going to film a bunch of videos today, or I'm just going to write out a whole bunch of posts and then upload them, as the time comes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so I want to touch into the subject of like content creation being, I think the buzzword for the 2020 and 21 was creator economy that a lot of people were talking about. And mostly it was devoted to TikTok, also like YouTube. Where do you see that creator economy will be merged on LinkedIn? Like, do you see it becoming something predominant on LinkedIn, or is it gonna stay professional from your experience? Obviously, nobody knows the future, but I just wanna kind of know your intake on that, since you spend more time on LinkedIn and you have seen the progression. Like for me, I just started using it in 2020 during COVID, and I was so amazed. Like, okay, people are posting content, like videos and all of those things, but before it was just something I didn't even open on daily basis.
Yeah, I can totally see content creation on LinkedIn just continuing to grow. LinkedIn's continuously adding new features for people to create content, right? Videos came out, 4 or 5 years ago. We have LinkedIn stories, we have creator mode, we have people having their profile picture as a video. So there's just so many opportunities that LinkedIn's providing for people and then LinkedIn Live, of course, about 2 years ago. LinkedIn's providing the users a lot of opportunity to create content. And I think it's just, people need that sort of that mindset change, because a lot of people, and this is including employers, this is including professionals, they see LinkedIn as, oh, this is my resume.
Yeah.
This is where I go hire people. This is where I go find jobs. And yes, you can still do that on LinkedIn, but I mean, it's just an open space for people to post content. Yes, that is professional, but I mean, I've seen singing videos, I've seen dancing videos, I've seen people with their family talking about their kids. So it's, you have all types of content here on LinkedIn, and it's what I like about LinkedIn, it's very easy to I don't want to say build a following, but to build a network, right? To build genuine connections with people, because it's real people, it's real profiles, truth, real information. No one's hiding behind a username. And if people post content, you see exactly who they are. And I think it's just a great way to grow. So, if you're scared to create content, we talked about the few tips earlier. Don't overthink it, and just post. And it's it takes some time to get it off the ground, but once you build up that consistency, it just becomes part of what you do.
Yeah. So where do you consume content? Like, is it LinkedIn for you as well, or you use other platform?
Yeah. So in terms of social media, I'm mostly on LinkedIn. I have Facebook just for personal stuff and just connecting with friends. I've now have been spending way less time on YouTube than before. I used to spend a lot of time on YouTube, and so now I'm just like, okay, I'm going to take a 15-minute break, then go watch a couple videos, and that's it. So I'm personally looking to branch out into Instagram.
Okay.
I created Instagram. It has the same sort of brand as as my LinkedIn, but I've just been posting vacation photos so far. But I'll get into creating content on Instagram as well. But every platform has a different style. Every platform has a different way of what that content is. So once I figure out what my strategy is and allocate the time to create content for Instagram and also for LinkedIn, then I'll start doing that. So but yeah, with LinkedIn, it's pretty straightforward. It's a lot easier to post there than Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, because there's so much competition on all the other platforms. So by posting content on LinkedIn, you said earlier, what, 5%? I think the number's even less than that. Not a lot of people post on LinkedIn, so it's a great way for you to stand out and show who you are and show off your personal brand.
Yeah, no, for sure. And people you can see the difference now too. I don't know eventually how it's gonna show up on LinkedIn, but I think now you can really see like who are the main people that are posting and who are the main people that are always commenting and who are the main people that are just there, has the profile but never touched. Like there's a big difference between those profiles for sure. So tell us more about your side hustle, like a career coaching and public speaking. You also, in your header, it says that you're an introvert, but by us having conversation, it's hard to tell that you are an introvert. That you're posting content, you're putting yourself out there, you're trying new things, very adventurous. How does that change? by you creating content, or is it changed because you were doing more public speaking, or is it because you were doing more coaching?
Yeah, so my LinkedIn headline says shy introvert, and there's an arrow um, to public speaker, and then
Yeah.
engineer to becoming a project manager, and then career coach, and all of
Yeah.
that. So the videos definitely really helped with my confidence in public speaking, and also just my delivery and just everything involved in it. I if you look at my old videos, I stutter a lot. I'm not looking at the camera. My voice is very soft and quiet, and so
Mm.
it's just by watching myself every single week
Mm.
and noticing my tendencies and working on them and fixing them. Over time, it definitely improves a lot to where I am today. So I used to be a shy introvert. Now I enjoy doing these speaking opportunities and sharing my insights there. Whenever there's an opportunity to speak, even today, I take it. It's every opportunity is a practice opportunity for me to
Mm.
continue to get better, to share my experiences, to share my stories there. So, and then you're talking about my side hustle. So on the side, I'm a career coach and public speaker. So I've spoken to college students about my experiences. There's people that reach out to me for that. People like you reaching out to me to be on a podcast, things like that. Just continue to broaden my network and build my
Mm-hmm.
brand to more people. With the career coaching, I help. I'm doing mostly one-on-one calls right now. I haven't done a workshop or things like that, but with the one-on-one calls, I can help with a variety of things related to career development and personal development. This includes updating your resume, cover letters, preparing for interviews, and then LinkedIn profiles,
Mm-hmm.
rebranding yourself on LinkedIn, or sorry, not rebranding, but how to brand yourself on LinkedIn. Also, just how to create content on LinkedIn as well. So, just anything related to that, personal confidence in yourself, public speaking, anything like that. So, yeah, if you need help with any of those, just connect with me, send me a message, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, well, you're doing a lot of amazing things and a lot of creative stuff. Um, who are the people that you are looking up to or learning from? Or it just naturally comes to you and you just have these ideas?
Yeah, so
Or
yeah,
maybe the
you're gonna
books
put me
that
on the
you are
spot here.
reading?
I definitely have quite a few sort of, I guess, favorite content creators on LinkedIn. The first person I would like to shout out is June Colaroso. She was laid off due to COVID last year, and she started rebranding herself on LinkedIn. Became a career coach, and she's been sharing content. And what I really like about her, she's very authentic.
Mm-hmm.
She's just she's just herself on her videos. She's very genuine, and I think what resonates with a lot of people is she's a working mom, so she has a lot of struggles and challenges with that, and that resonates with their audience. But the amazing thing about this is she reached out to me because she was looking to get started with video on LinkedIn, and she was
Mm-hmm.
scared to post. I got on a Zoom call with her and shared my experiences, just like what I'm doing right now, and she got inspired. And she's actually local to me. We're about maybe 20-30 minutes away
Oh,
from each other.
really? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and it's just from there, her content has taken off. Her number of followers have taken off. She's has way more followers than me now, and it's just a running joke between us that I would never catch up to her. But I mean, she's doing absolutely amazing, and I think she's a perfect example of just start, and
Mm-hmm.
you never know what things are going to be like when you start and start creating content and just building this amazing network of people.
Yeah. So is there any books or place that you go to, like get inspiration or learn from, or you just go into your notes and draw it from there?
Yeah, I just go to my notes.
That's
Sometimes
awesome.
just one random thing, just you get to post about it. Like today, I did a post about work-life balance. So maybe when I came up with that idea a few weeks ago, I was like, yeah, like work is tiring, but it's important to have that balance. And it's like, all right, I'm going to do a post about it. And I was genuine about it. I said, hey, my work hours are from 6 to 5 or 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I cut it off then. That's how I maintain my work-life balance. I take lunch breaks. I take a break for breakfast. I take 10-minute breaks, for a snack and things like that. And just like, just anything, right? So that's what I deal with, right? Every single day, working 10-hour days. And how do I maintain that work-life balance? So, just anything you do, it can become a post. And today, I'm just looking at the comments from earlier today. Got a lot of engagement on that, and a lot of people sharing, yeah, these are great tips, and this is what I do to make sure I have work-life balance as well. So you never know. Just ideas just come to you.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that, and I wanted to ask that because you show up very authentically online as well, and you're just being yourself. And I think the key there is you do really go to your notes and draw from your own mind. I do see content creators or people that are trying to build a following because they want that vanity metric. They will follow like more famous content creators and end up being a copycat, right? Like they will copy exactly what the other like people do. And especially on LinkedIn, it kind of goes around that there were some posts that people would just copy, like straight copy the whole post and put it like a text post on because they saw that there was a lot of engagement. But the problem with it, it's gonna expose you as a copycatter, right? And you're not gonna show up authentically. And I guess you already shared it, like the fact that you are actually looking within to create the content what inspired you, it's authentic. Like you didn't borrow that ideas from someone else. Like maybe you got spark of inspiration somewhere, but you actually process it through your own mind, through your own experiences, and then do the post. So that's actually, I think, a very big thing that people forget while being online, because people think that, okay, well, if I'm online and someone has success, then I can just copy everything that they do and I'll get the same results. But that's not necessarily, because that's not you, and internet will expose you.
Yeah, no, excellent point there, and yeah, you hit it perfectly. Be authentic, be yourself, and I would just say post what you want to post. And there's times where I feel pressure that on a certain event or a certain holiday that I have to post something about it, right?
Yeah.
For example, like Mother's Day, people posting about their moms and things like that, and it's just of course I love my mom, but I don't have to post about it.
True.
Because then I feel like I'm forced to post, and then it just doesn't come off as authentic. I'm just doing it because I need to do it. So just post what do you want to post, and I think another thing is with my mantra with my posts is I don't really care how many views, likes, or comments it gets. I keep track of it just so I know how I'm performing. But as long as I help one person with my content, that's all that matters to me, right? So
Awesome.
I don't overthink the metrics. I don't overthink what time of day should I post, and what day of the week, and things like that. It's just you're just adding too much stress to yourself. So post what you want to post when you want to post it, and you'll build up a following of people that resonate with your content. And then what you said earlier about people just copying other people's posts, it's it's easy to copy and paste, but then you're not being authentic. And I mean, like you said, it's easy it's very obvious, and you can get exposed through that. So just post what you want to post, and go from there, and you'll build up a following of people who resonate with what you say.
Yeah, no, for sure. And how do you deal or think about people that commenting often like, well, I feel like I'm 30 right now and I'm too late, or like everybody's on LinkedIn is already famous, like I missed that train, or like people start comparing like, oh well, that person is already doing that and they're doing amazing, I don't think I can ever do that. Like, do you ever have those thoughts, or if you do, then how do you deal with it?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I said earlier, don't overthink it. You follow your own path, right? Everyone's on a different journey. These people, they started. For me, I started 3.5 years ago with these videos, right? And it's definitely been a journey. Yes, it could have been faster, but this is the journey I've been on, and I've been enjoying it. So just don't compare yourself to others. There's a lot of great content creators on LinkedIn, so definitely follow them, learn from them, get inspired by them. And I mean, don't even be afraid to reach out to them. With my videos, I have the banner, I have the subtitles and things like that. I asked someone, what do you use to edit your videos? And he said, I use Clipscribe. And I said, okay, let me go check it out. So it's just, it's just someone's content I've been following for a while. And, people are very genuine and helpful on LinkedIn. So, follow your own path. Don't say, oh, this person has way many followers. You're just adding too much stress for yourself. So follow your own journey, learn from others. And look at others as motivation. Don't compare yourself to them, but look at them as motivation and inspiration to get better. and learn from them as
Yeah.
well.
Wow, I love that. And our conversation has been really amazing. And you are really down to earth. And I love that. I think that a lot of people that are watching this, if you are watching this as a replay or currently, I'm pretty sure you felt that from Stephen, that he is very down to earth and he doesn't overthink. And I think that what helped him to be a person who does things in long term, right? Like you actually have a story of doing LinkedIn like 3.5 years. Like that's actually says something about you as a person, rather than someone would come on and say, yeah, I just been posting for a year and a half, like a year, and then it just blew up. Well, it's not everybody's story, right? Like it's not everybody just happened to be blowing up. So this is more authentic and real, and I really appreciate your sharing. Yeah, anything that you want to maybe let our listeners to know, I will make sure to connect your linked, in the notes as well, so people can connect with you. Anything, maybe last thoughts or the things that you're working on right now, that you want people to know about, please share with us.
Yeah, so I appreciate you giving me the opportunity here to speak, and I appreciate the compliment of being down to earth and authentic, and I get that a lot. So I'm really glad it comes off of that way. So just be yourself. Don't pretend to be someone else. Don't try to compare yourself to others. Be yourself. Follow your own path, and it just removes a lot of extra stress that you don't need. So same thing with posting content. Post what you want to post when you want to post it, and just be consistent with it. I think that's the key. Be consistent and you'll grow. So, and appreciate the plug, and connect with me on LinkedIn. I connect with everyone. Send me a message, and then let's connect and take the conversation even further. So, if you need inspiration to create content on LinkedIn, or just need help with your career, just send me a message, and I'm happy to get on a chat here. And Mimi, just thank you again for giving me the opportunity to be on your podcast here.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thank you again for being here. And I actually had the question that got asked before we went on live is, how do you deal with rejection when apply for jobs? Because I know you're a career coach. What do you tell to people that get rejected when they apply for jobs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all deal with rejection, right? It's jobs or relationships or whatever. I would say, first of all, don't overthink it, right? And always ask for feedback. So, when someone rejects you, don't take it personally, right? It's, there may be a better candidate out there. There may be, the position was already filled internally, whatever. Just don't overthink it, but ask for that feedback. Sometimes they won't give you feedback. Okay, just, whatever, move on. But, ask for feedback, and that's how you grow. From it. Last year, I applied for a manager position, and I thought I did well in the interview. And this was, I don't want to say a dream job, but it was a job I really, really passionate in. It was about career and leadership development for our employees, which ties in great with what I do on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't selected, and I asked the hiring manager, said, "Hey, can you give me some feedback?" So we actually had 2 separate meetings because we couldn't do it in just one meeting. But she went question by question with me.
Wow.
And talked about my answer and said, "Oh, this is what I was looking for. You got to improve." And if I didn't even ask for that, I wouldn't be growing from that opportunity. So always take that step and reach out, ask for feedback. And another thing is, a lot of people are scared to network with people because they say, "Oh, this person's a VP, this person's a manager. Why would they want to connect with me?" Well, if you don't even connect with them, they're still not connected with you. So just reach out to them, be genuine, send an authentic message. If they don't respond, it's okay. Don't overthink it. Maybe they're busy, right? It's, or they just don't connect with people. It's fine. So just don't reject yourself before the fact. Reach out to people. Just take that first step, and you never know what's going to happen. And again, just don't take it personally. If they say no, it's fine. Move on, and don't take it. Don't take it personally.
Yeah, well, that's a great one. I feel like a lot of people just feel, tired, like if they get one job rejected, second job rejected, and they feel like, okay, I'm not good for anything. And then they go down the spiral of thoughts, thinking that they are just like not good enough, and like just like go like down that spiral. But you just don't overthink it and just move on to next thing, just like how Stephen said. So thank you so much. And everybody, if you are interested in start posting on LinkedIn or learn more about career growth or about goal settings, follow Stefan on LinkedIn, as well as learning, about his article posts and his videos, and maybe here and there you'll find some recipe that will improve your cooking skill as well. So a lot of entertainment right there. Well, thank you so much for being here today, and would love to do this again, and good luck tomorrow on your 25th LinkedIn live.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not sure what to expect, but I know it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds like gonna be a party, so I will try to join as well.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.